So the Arhuacos are one of the 4 indigenous peoples of Colombia. They live in the Sierra Nevada de Santa Marta, which is a coastal mountain range on the Caribbean Sea. And they are the guides for the other 3 tribes in that collective of 4. There's the Arhuacos, Kogi, Canquamo, and Wiwa. And the Arhuacos being the most powerful at the time, let's not put it in the sense of strength and ego and stuff, but they're the ones elected to be the guides. And as the cycles continue, the tribes trade whoever is guiding dependent on their embodiment of consciousness. The Arhuacos, they live within the Black Line, which is their constitutional reservation with the Colombian government. It's not recognized as it should be, but they do have reservations within that Black Line, along with the other 3 tribes. And their government and wise men live up in a village called Nabusimake, and then above Nabusimake in the surrounding hillsides. So they say that the Black Line is an energetic, literal, immaterial but energetic line that exists, and inside of it is the heart of the universe, also known as the heart of the world, and that it symbolizes when Earth was first created and when the universe first came into materialization, that inside the Black Line is where the first mountains and the first physical aspects of the Earth were put, and then from there they were copied and pasted around the rest of the Earth. So the original creation that is connected to all other aspects of the planet is contained within the Black Line that is called the heart of the world. So it's really interesting. They look at in their cosmology, they say that the Black Line itself, everything inside of it, for instance, the first mountains that were created, the big mountains that are inside the Black Line, they're connected to small mountains outside of the Black Line. And the little mountains are connected to big mountains. So there's an inverse between what is within and what is without the Black Line. In that sense, there's an entanglement of energy, and the same goes for different species or different peoples. And for instance, there is a small ant that has stripes on it, and they say that this little ant represents the tigers in Africa. So when they see those ants doing something specific and something different than what is normal, they can know that there's something happening for the tigers in Africa in an ecosystem level. And there's representatives of each species inside the Black Line. It's almost like they have ambassadors or emissaries. And the Mamos go around and they observe all of this from a physical level and an energetic level, and walk around the mountains, the original mountains of our planet, inside the Black Line. And in doing that, they have a direct connection to the entangled mountains across the planet to understand and read the energies and learn about everything that's happening. It's almost like a supercomputer for the planet, and everything there is represented. A Mamo is, in our culture, maybe it could be like a high priest, or priestess would be a Zaga. A lot of people like to call them shamans, but it's something much more higher than that. And I think the best way to encapsulate that into words would be to say that they are the bridge for the veil, between the veil of the material world and the immaterial world. And in between these Mamos, they're men or women are Zagas, and then they represent the interpreters between nature and humans. And they're the ones who are in charge of organizing and making sure that tranquility, harmony, everything keeps going as it goes, and they can see the energies of the different patterns and between the beings and the immaterial world and material world, and they have all of these abilities that allow them to be great interpreters and what we might call masters. The 4 indigenous peoples in general refer to themselves as elder brother, And everyone outside of the black line at this moment is considered a little brother. And there's a lot of nuances with that. But in the essence and base of it, it comes to be that the elder brothers, they received certain knowledges and mandates when they were first placed on this planet millions of years ago. And they say that they were given the responsibility to take care of Earth. And there's a lot of depth that we could go into, but there's other worlds and other suns and other universes that they speak upon. And this one that we embody right now is just like preschool or kindergarten, and it's just like, oh, welcome to the physical world, it's really neat. And in this neat world, it's a paradise and everything's made for you. And we're just supposed to be here to learn about how systems function and not to create anything yet. The other worlds that we graduate to is where we start creating. But something happened, and a lot of our people started to try to create things and disconnect from the real objective of being in this first world. And in that sense, those people who have been disconnected and who are trying to create of their own accord with their own images and inventions, those are considered to be the little brothers. And little brothers have graduated to taking care of fire, and they like fire a lot. And they say that that is because we used to be really, really powerful in other worlds, and now that we have forgotten that, it's in our DNA that we are relating to this need to invent and to create. And since it's so innate with us and we're so good at it, that it comes out into this world of fire that we're co-creating. So as little brother, we are currently, creating violence and war and fighting with each other and creating engines and bombs and planes and all kinds of things that operate on fire, where the elder brother has a huge, vast understanding of all of the elements and how to create with any of them how you would wish, and also how to respect what is also already created here on the planet, and to know that this is a place just to learn. So in that essence, there's a big difference between what little brother is doing and what elder brother is doing. And they feel that as little brother is born into this world, that it's their job to always be there ready to help little brother whenever they're falling down, whenever they're doing things that are damaging to themselves, as an elder brother would, and be responsible for them. And for a very long time, they've been extending their hands out to say, okay, well, we're waiting for you to finally graduate, to want to learn about this world that we're in, and to stop damaging and to raise your consciousness, and we're here to help you do that the whole time. And we are your elder brother, we are your guides, and we've never lost that connection, and we never will. And that's what their mandates are. So in that relationship, they've been constantly waiting for us, and now seems to be the moment when more of us are ready for that calling, and they're very excited.